1986, Walter Wyatt Jr. was flying back from the Bahamas to Florida, and he was about 60 minutes into a 65-minute flight. He was getting a bit lost. The reason being is because some thieves had stolen some stuff out of his airplane. He was using a compass to kind of guide himself back to Florida, but it was just kept spinning and gyrating, and he was getting confused. He followed a little rocky path that he thought was the way to Florida, but about an hour into his flight, he's realizing maybe I went west instead of east, and now I'm going to go out in the middle of the ocean, and I don't have the fuel for this. So he immediately radios over, Mayday, 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 and it takes another hour for Coast Guard to arrive. Now, this puts him over 2 hours into the flight that was only supposed to be scheduled for 65 minutes. When they arrive, they're like, hey, listen, we're going to reroute you over here. You're going to get about 6 miles. You're going to land at this safe airport. That's when his right engine starts to sputter, and his low fuel light comes on, and he is out of gas, and he starts nosediving into the ocean. He ends up crashing into the ocean. The Coast Guard turns back around. They can't find the plane anywhere. Well, what ended up happening is as he had landed, he had gotten his life jacket on. He went out on the wing of the plane, and he was trying to light a flare, but it wasn't lighting. And he said he saw the plane fly right over top of him, but his plane, with the darkness that was around in the ocean, he said they knew they couldn't see him, and he immediately sunk down in the water with his life jacket on, and that's all he's got. Now, the Coast Guard did a few laps, but they couldn't see him. It's just a body out there, and it's dark. So they were out of fuel. They flew back to refill. They were going to come back out. In that time period, it started storming. Though the weather started getting really bad, and on their way back out to check for him, to try and do a few more passes, they actually had to turn back around. The weather was too bad. They're going to he's probably gone, but we're going to check again in the morning for him. Now, Walter had gone to survival school, so he knew how to survive in the ocean. He knew that he needed to maintain energy levels, and he knows he just needed to float, stay around the plane. But he didn't do any of that, so I don't know why he went to survival school to begin with. Because what he started doing is thinking that the best chance of survival is not listening to survival skills, but swimming into shore. He thought he knew where it was, so he ended up started swimming. Well, while doing that, he's doing it for a couple hours. His life jacket, which is made of air, the seam tore, and the left side started to deflate. Now he put his breath up to it, he blew it back up, and he kept his thumb in there while still trying to swim to shore. He couldn't see the shore, but he's thinking he's going in the right direction. He gets tired, he's exhausted, and next thing you know, he feels something brush up against his leg, a shark. Now, it didn't bite him, but he didn't want to stick around for it to happen. So he starts swimming more, and by doing that, another hole pops up in his life jacket. He blows it up again, sticks another finger. Now he's got 2 fingers in his life jacket, trying to swim to shore. He pretty much figures he's going to die out here. So he pulls out a card that has his ID on it, and he starts etching in, I love you, to his family. And he attaches that to his life preserver, thinking that he's going to die, he's going to get bit by a shark, and the life jacket will at least make it into shore, and his family will know that he loved them. But he did put on his watch, like, hey, listen, it's 10 o'clock, I'm going to go till midnight. And at midnight, I'm going to go till 2 in the morning. Then at 2 in the morning, I'm just going to keep swimming till 4. Then I'm going to keep swimming till dawn. He does this. This keeps him motivated. This gets him going. And he continues to do this. He's on his back floating, and his life jacket is now completely out of air. He's basically just him. And dawn approaches. He's like, whew, okay, I got the energy. I got to stay around. He's exhausted. And that's when he starts seeing dorsal fins. The light brings dorsal fins. In the dark, he got rubbed up against. Now there's light. He sees fins all over him. He said that a couple bull sharks came at him, and he kicked at him and splashed at him. He said a hammerhead shark did the same. He said he missed hitting the hammerhead shark in the nose, but did actually hit him in the fin. He said he saw a mako shark, which those things are extremely fast, like lightning. He said that one went underwater, but it never actually bit him. Now, he's floating around in the water. He sees all of a sudden a plane. The guys in the Coast Guard had come back. This is one of their things. They're looking for the airplane. They're circling around. He takes off the life jacket and starts waving into the air just as the plane goes across him. The pilot said he was looking down and he didn't see anything. But then, for some reason, his brain triggered, oh my gosh, there was a dude in the water. Like, he didn't even see the guy, but his brain told him that he did too. He made another pass, saw the guy there, marked his location, threw out a canister of smoke. Walter starts swimming to the can of smoke. Now, the pilot is like, hey, you need to get over here quickly because he's got dark shadows following him in the water. He's about to be shark food. Walter doesn't know why there's no life jacket, like no life boat was thrown down from the plane that he could inflate, but he just starts swimming to this canister that's smoking, and just then a boat comes floating over, I mean sprinting over, of course, and gets him. He's able to hold on to the ladder. They had to hoist him up because he was just so exhausted. He lays down on the boat, and at this point in time, he had survived 15 hours floating in the ocean.